Good morning. It's early morning here in Tallin, and we're going to fly over to Stockholm in the fly-by-wire A320. So we are also using SayIntentions, of course, and I wanted to feature two things. One is the ground operations, which you can call to get help with pushback, etc., as well as the co-pilot and also talking to the cabin crew, which is really cool. So I'm gonna feature that during the flight here as we go into the aircraft here and start to set this up. I'm gonna look at my little trusty cheat sheet real quick, and we're gonna get this up and running. So I'm checking that the parking brake is set. My levers is where they need to be, and we're gonna go up and engage the batteries. There we go, battery 1 and 2. Let's put on the external power, and nav and logo lights on, and then we'll start the APU as well. Initiate the ADIRs, and we put the fuel pumps on as well. Crew supply, and arm the emergency exits, and the non-smoking and the seatbelt signs are on. Let's go over to the iPad. EFB, electronic flight bag. Import the flight data from SimBrief. Payload is loaded. And we're going to load 120 passengers, 600 kilo of cargo, and fuel. Let's do a fast load of fuel. Need 4,000 kilos. Please load in that. So just showing you here, here's the ramp frequency for Tallin. So we're going to talk to the ramp and get them to connect the jetway. I'm tuning that by double clicking. That's the easy way of doing it. You can opt to just do it the manual way if you want to. Cockpit to ramp, please connect the jetway.
Ground to flight deck, we're connecting the jetway now.
And there we go. See the jetway come to be connected. And that means that we can start our boarding. So what I'm gonna do then is that I'm gonna talk to our flight crew, and I have a key for that. So on the EFB here, I'm gonna begin the boarding. And first I'm gonna tell the cabin crew that we're starting. Actually, there's a little button here. I could press that. We're gonna start to announce the boarding.
Boarding has started and the first passengers are aboard the plane.
All right. So when he's doing that, we can.
Ladies and gentlemen,
start.
A warm welcome aboard Scandinavian Airlines Flight 823
There we go.
departing from
Pretty
Tallinn,
speedy boarding.
We're thrilled to have you with us
And you
today.
see here in the background.
Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage either in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to any of our crew members. We're here to help. Thank you for choosing Scandinavian Airlines and enjoy your flight.
So you hear that it's a personalized message talking about Scandinavian Airlines and using our number and so on, which is really cool. All right, let's look at the flight plan here. We are going out from, let's load our Navigraph chart. So here we see very short flights, just to jump over the Baltic Sea. And we're flying out of runway 26. VTOL. Runway 26. VTOL and insert. And arrival at Arlanda was 26 as well. Sila 5ST. Sila 5T. What do we do? And now do no via. Sealand SA 570. See what we get on the approach. What we can pick there. Okay, I think we do just the final. Yeah, that's good. We can probably get the direct here to Ektas. Yeah, that's Ektas. Clear that, discontinuity. Yeah, TEB and Ektas. That's TEB, Ektas. Okay, so we probably get the direct into Ektas. That's my guess once we get here. So that's pretty straightforward. All right, we got that loaded, and now I'm going to talk to my co-pilot, and I just use my and I'm going to show you here. We can configure this, and it's the intercom. So on channel 1 I have the cabin crew. So Deshaun Williams is the guy that's assigned. And then we have Brian as my co-pilot. And you can have different personas here. Some are more or less professional, and some are not so professional. Kind of just trying to be funny, silly jokes and stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna say hi to Brian. Good morning, Brian. How are you today?
Good morning, Krister. I'm doing well, thanks. Ready for our flight today.
Okay, good to hear. So he's the guy he's going to help me with communications, which is very convenient. All right, are we ready with the boarding? Yeah, looks like we are ready with the boarding. We are ready with the fuel. That's completed, 4,000. So I'm going to check with the cabin crew if we are ready. Cabin crew, can you tell us if we are ready with the boarding? Is everyone aboard?
Yes, Captain. Boarding is completed. All passengers are aboard and ready for departure.
Thank you. Good job with that. So now I'm going to contact clearance.
Thanks, Captain. We're all set and ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Scandinavian Airlines and the entire crew, we thank you for choosing to fly with us today. We're looking
Information
forward to
cable
a
is
smooth
current,
flight
clear to
Stockholm.
Miami.
Sit
After
back,
departure,
relax,
fly
and enjoy
runner
the
All right, a
journey.
lot of
to
announcements going on here, but I'm going to call to tower and get our IFR
Initial
clearance.
climb altitude 4,000 feet. Depart.
Connect the 8 is information Oscar.
Dew point 1.
QNH 1021. Set that.
Density altitude minus 1600 feet. Transition level 55. Arriving and
55.
departing runway 26. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if basic information service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short
Okay, so
instructions.
let's call tower. It's only tower, they don't have a clearance here. Tallin Tower SAS 823 with information Oscar on board. We are requesting IFR clearance for our flight to Stockholm Arlanda. And you can also ask Brian to do that IFR clearance.
Scandinavian 823, information Oscar is current. Clear to Arlanda. After departure, fly radar vectors to PTOD, then as filed. Departure runway 26. Initial climb 4,000. Departure on 127.905 squawk 6444.
Clear to Arlanda. After departure, fly radar vectors to PTOT, then as filed. Departure runway 26, initial climb 4000. Departure on 127.905 squawk 6444. Scandinavian 823. All right, let's set the squawk code.
Scandinavian 823, read back correct.
There we go. And departure 127.905. So that's something that Brian will take care of. So we'll have radar vectors to PTOT. Let's look at that one real quick. All right, we're taking off. Basically runway direction. And the radar vector to PTOTs. Straightforward. Straight out. Okay. Let's do like this. We're gonna talk to ramp and disconnect the jetway. Cockpit to ramp, please disconnect the jetway. And if you're not familiar with the panel, you will see the current com is sitting up here. You can double click
Ground to
this.
flight deck, copy that, retracting the jetway.
So you can just whatever frequency is given, you can double click that. So you don't have to dial it into the cockpit if you don't want to. There we go. There's the jet wave getting pulled back. And now we should be able to ask for our pushback. Tallin Tower, this is Scandinavian 823 at stand 13 requesting push and start.
Ground to flight deck. Good morning, Krister. The tug is on its way.
And the tug is then appearing in front of us. And in this case, you see we have static equipment here, which this one is kind of just ignoring, obviously. So you can deselect these if you can in your softwares for the airport. At least
Bypass
it's
pin inserted. Just let me know when you're ready for pushback.
yeah. So I really like this. It's kind of feels immersive. We should start the APU. the APU bleed as well as we're going to start our engines. So let's wait until the APU is going. So we can pull back and disconnect the power. So we're seeing the APU is coming to life. Should see him generate power here in just a moment. There we go. APU is generating power. We can disconnect external power. Make sure all the services, the ground power unit can be disconnected. And we have the APU bleed on, so we can start the engines. All right, let's talk to ground again and tell him to push back. Cockpit to ground, we are ready for pushback.
Ground to flight deck. All right, release the parking brake now. We're going to start pushback facing direction of runway 26.
Okay, there you see, he's facing direction of runway 26. Ah, we actually didn't
Scandinavian
get...
823, the parking brake is still set. Please release parking brake and remove all chocks.
Okay, we didn't get real clearance actually. I didn't call the right frequency. Let's get the clearance here. Just make sure. Tallin Tower, this is Scandinavian 823, ready for push and start.
Scandinavian 823, Tallin Tower, push and start approved. Face east.
There we go. So now I release the parking brake. We should see the push start. Yeah, he's lifting
Scandinavian
and pushing.
823, Tallin Tower, the parking brake is still set. Please release the parking brake and remove all chocks.
Incorrect actually.
Ground to flight deck. Cleared for engine start in sequence.
Oh, there we go. All right. So ignition on. And we are starting engine 2. Should see N1 rising. We should see him turn us pointing this way.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome aboard Scandinavian Airlines Flight 823, departing from Tallin and heading to Stockholm. We're thrilled to have you with us today. My name is Deshaun Williams, and I am your lead flight attendant. Joining me in the cabin are my wonderful colleagues, Sarah, Mike, and Jessica. Our captain today is Krister, and our first officer is Brian. We expect a flight time of approximately 47 minutes. Now let us go over some important safety information. First, please ensure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen, place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put your own mask on before assisting others. For those of you seated in the exit rows, please take a moment to review the safety card in your seat pocket. There are 2 emergency exits located at the front and 2 at the rear of the aircraft. In the event of an emergency, follow the illuminated path to the nearest exit. If you need to use a life vest,
or engine
that
one
is
rather,
located under your seat. To use it, pull it out, place it over your head, and pull the straps around your waist. Inflate it by pulling the red tabs once you're outside the aircraft. We also want to remind you that smoking is not allowed on this flight, and please ensure your electronic devices are set to airplane mode. After we reach cruising altitude, we will be coming around with snacks and beverages, and we will also have items available for purchase from the Scandinavian Airlines shop. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight with us today.
All right, that's nice little announcement. We have the last engines being started. So yeah, he didn't really put us on the line.
Scandinavian 823, ramp control ground to flight deck. Pushback complete. Please ensure parking brakes are set. Standing by for confirmation of good engine start and report when ready for disconnect.
Parking grid is on. Oh yeah, one thing I didn't do. Bad on me. I didn't set our performance. Let's do that real quick. The 148, 49, 49, 71 temp. Oh, sorry. 71. So we should be all right now. That's all set. Flight plan. Frequency is there. Can deal with that in a moment. All right, let's talk to these guys again. To the ramp. Cockpit to ramp. We have a good engine start. Please disconnect. Stumbled a little bit there.
All right, we're disconnecting now. Stand by.
All right, can do some settings there. We're going to put max. Order brake.
Ground to flight deck, bypass pin removed. We've disconnected and crew is clear. You're good to go. Have a great flight and see you soon.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your help. Disconnect the APU. Get ready for taxi.
You're welcome. Have a great flight and see you soon.
Okay, so yeah, this AI is really conversational. It's really nice. Tower. Tallin Tower, this is Scandinavian 823, ready for taxi for runway 26.
Scandinavian 823, Tallin Tower, taxi to runway 26 via Mike Bravo, Alpha, Hotel Lima, Hotel Romeo, Hotel...
Taxi runway 26 via Mike Bravo, Alpha, Hotel Lima, Hotel Romeo, and Hotel Scandinavian 823. Okay, so that would be, let's see. Go in this view here. Zoom in. So he will go down here to Alpha. And go all the way down towards 26. And Hotel Lima. All right, very easy. Okay, we are ready to go. Parking brake off. It's very foggy. Takeoff test there, Yeah, looks normal. Everything's good. So this Tallin airport is a very nicely modeled airport. Gonna look out the window here in a moment. As we turn around to Alpha. As you see, there's a lot of detail. A little bit hard to see now with this weather, but yeah, it's a nice airport. Oh, need to get on the center line. You can see some of the statics they have on this at this airport. Different airplanes. But again, very foggy this morning. I'm doing real time, real weather. Just checking we have tower connected. See all the detail there on the side. Snow plows. Very cool. And I kind of gave up on Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I just couldn't get certain things to work. The A330 couldn't get the ILS and localizer to engage. There was a lot of things. Also artifacts on the different airports. Even one of the airports that you use for your certification had big bumps on it, so it actually made me crash in my little Cessna as I was taxiing because it was so bumpy. I mean, that's completely unacceptable. And that's an airport that has no modifications or anything. I didn't have any anything that would disturb that in my community folder. And you know, it's and it seems to be working really fine for some people, and some people can't get it to work. So it's very strange. So I'll let it sit for a year, and we'll see what happens. Flight crew, make sure the cockpit is ready for departure. Or didn't really mean the cockpit.
Okay,
but,
Captain, I'll check on that right away.
Air 1032. You'll stay with me for departure.
Stay with this frequency on departure, Air 1032.
Flight crew, make sure that we are ready for departure. I think that's more proper command.
Okay, Captain, I'll make sure everything is ready for departure. Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
There you go. Where we are. A long taxi here. Oops. All right, I'm gonna talk to Tower here that we are ready for departure. Then after that, I'm gonna tell Brian to take care of the radio communication. So he's gonna answer all the calls and change the frequencies and so on. It's very convenient, especially when you're landing, when you're busy, also when you're taking off. Tallin Tower, Scandinavian 823, ready for departure at runway 26.
Scandinavian 823, runway 26, winds 240 at Niner, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 26, Scandinavian 823. Let's do a lot of lights on. So now I'm gonna tell
Shuttle 414, Leonard Mary Tallin.
I'm gonna tell Brian.
And maintain 3000 QNH 1005.
Brian, please take care of the radio communications from now on.
1005, Air Shuttle 414.
I'll handle the comms from now on.
Air Shuttle 414.
All right, there we go. Brian gonna handle all
AIR
the
Shuttle
comms.
414. Taxi to gate at your discretion. Have a good day.
And the chatter we hear in the background, it's from SayIntentions, and it's recorded or live of actual SayIntentions users, which is really cool. Now I'm gonna remember to do the chronometer. All right, let's do a rolling start. And I'm not the airline pilot, so if you notice any discrepancies in procedures, be nice. You can always point out. Help me with that, that's always great. Try to stay on the center line here. Little stutter on, and here we go, rotates. Going real bit off center here. And positive climb, gear up. Can't see anything. And flaps up. Or the pilot on.
Scandinavian 823, contact departure on 127.905.
Okay.
Contacting departure on 127.905, Scandinavian 823.
Calling terrain there. Not sure what that was. Put lever climb. Coming out of this fog. It's a little bit scary.
Scandinavian 823, warning, we're climbing past 500.
So now I see here Brian is...
Scandinavian 823, Tallin radar, identified. Cleared direct PTOT, climb flight level 200.
Oh, I forgot to lock the door too.
Cleared direct PTOT, climb flight level 200, Scandinavian 823.
Alright, so we cleared direct to PTOT, which is what I expected. So with the direct PTOT. And we're heading that direction anyway, so there we go.
Tallin Tower 135.
And we're climbing flight level 200.
Finnair 1015, contact Tallin
200, flight level 200, climb.
Finnair 1018, flight level 06.
So I'm using the wind wing.
Flight level 110.
FCU.
Finnair 1018, Tallin radar, radar
Actually,
contact.
I'm gonna
Turn
set
right heading
that
010
backlight
vectors
up a
to
little
Intor.
bit.
Then
There
own
we go.
navigation.
LCDs are a little bit low here right now. I don't really want to mess with it right now, but anyway, I'm using this, which is really cool. That's on. That's off. Alright, so now we have how to set this standard. Climbing flight level 200.
Scandinavian 823, climb flight level 260.
Climb flight level 260, Scandinavian 823.
260. 260 set.
Dear guests, we've just climbed above the safe altitude, and I'm happy to inform you that the use of electronic devices is now allowed. Feel free to connect to our onboard Wi-Fi service as well. We hope you enjoy your flight with us today.
Okay, 10,000. So the flight crew did the call out for 10,000. And turn off the seat belts. So we're gonna climb to our cruising altitude, and then we basically just gonna go down again. Cruising altitude 340. Nice weather up here once we're clearing all the fog.
Flight level 140. Close 120.
Lot 206, negative climb and maintain flight level 240.
Scandinavian 823, climb flight level 330.
Climb flight level 330, Scandinavian 823.
Okay, flight level 330. There we are. Let's see where we are on our route. Going towards Pitot, that's when we're leaving the Tallin airspace. ILS DME 11.1. Can put in this VR as well.
Scandinavian 823, climb flight level 340.
Climb flight level 340, Scandinavian 823.
There we go. All right, what frequency did we need now? We said ESA. Why didn't we get that? Never clear on what actually populates this. Sometimes it is there and sometimes it's not. Okay, so that's
Scandinavian 823, contact Tallin control on 122.13.
250 bearing.
Switching to Tallin control on 122.13. Scandinavian 823. Tallin control, Scandinavian 823, good morning. We're climbing through flight level 240 up to flight level 340.
Scandinavian 823, Tallin control identified. Good morning.
It's very nice to have Brian doing this. Very helpful. You can do other things with your setups. One thing we should do is to look at the arrival here. 249. We can go over to set that up. 249 is the wind. And temperature was 3, pressure 1021. 1021 and 3. Okay, we got that set up. A bit left in order to reach our cruising altitude, and then we just I think we're gonna see that here. Yeah, we estimate to reach our altitude here where we have this little blue arrow, and then here there's this white arrow pointing down. That means that's the top of descent. That's when we're gonna start to descend. You can also see that on the performance here. On the cruise to top of descent, UTC time 8:43, so 64 miles. So we should land about 10 o'clock local time in Stockholm. So another 30 minutes or so.
Scandinavian 823, Tallin Control, contact Helsinki Control on 132.675.
Contacting Helsinki Control on 132.675, Scandinavian 823.
Okay, we're going over to Helsinki Control. Brian handling that.
Helsinki Control, Scandinavian 823, morning climbing through flight level
Like a
300 to reach flight level 340.
Scandinavian 823, Helsinki Control, identified. Good morning. N420, contact Sweden Control on 118.28.
Sweden Control on 118.28, November 420.
Scandinavian 823, Helsinki Control, expect the Silla 5 Tango arrival. I'll have you descending about 0 minutes.
Expect the Sila 5 Tango arrival. We'll be ready for descent in 0 minutes. Scandinavian 823.
All right, ready
Ladies
for
and
descent.
gentlemen, we have now reached cruising altitude, and I hope you're all settling in nicely. We're going to start our snack and drink service shortly, so keep your eyes peeled for some tasty options. We've got some delicious sandwiches and refreshing beverages that I think you'll really enjoy. After we wrap up the service, we'll also be coming around with items from the Scandinavian Airlines shop, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for flying with us today on Scandinavian Airlines Flight 823, and we hope you have a pleasant journey.
All right, nice announcement there for reaching our cruising altitude. Starting with the snack service. Do that for a little bit, and then we're going to start to descend. So there's also a button here where I can start these announcements if I want, but the flight crew is doing that by himself, which is nice based on the different phases of where we are. So now we're reaching the cruise. So that's probably what triggers that message. Hey, flight crew, do you think I could get coffee with some sugar, please?
Sure thing, Captain. I'll get that coffee with sugar for you right away.
All right, nice. Yeah, you can talk to them and ask all sorts of weird things. Hey, flight crew, there is a smell from the bathroom. Do you think you could check that out, please?
Sure thing, Captain. I'll check it out right away.
There you go. So Helsinki Control confirmed that we have the Sila 5T, and is ready for descent in 0 minutes, which was a little bit weird.
3, cleared Silla 5 Tango, arrival into Arlanda. When you're ready, descend, flight level 120.
Cleared Silla 5 Tango arrival into Arlanda. Descend flight level 120 when ready. Scandinavian 823.
Okay, great. We're not really ready yet. We have another 30 miles to reach our point where we start to descend. can continue our snack service. And we're so far 17 minutes into flight. Things are going well. TEB, we could actually put that in as well. 171 TEB. Oh, that's actually what we have here. I'm sorry. That's the VOR. And that's the VOR over at the Arlanda. Alright, just a little bit left, and we're going to start to descend.
Turn left, 325 for vectors ILS runway 15 approach.
See what the first constraint would be.
Finnair 4 Lima X-ray. Contact Helsinki radar on 119.1.
So we're straight in here. I don't see any constraints.
Helsinki radar 119.1. Finnair 4 Lima X-ray.
So I'll probably set it to 2,500 here. Alright, let's get prepared for starting the descent. And we're gonna see a message here for top of descent. And I've set flight level 025 here. And there we are. Top of descent reached. Pressing the button over here, and he's gonna start to descend.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Stockholm. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seat belts. The use of the lavatories is no longer allowed at this time. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
Yeah, so actually the 12 flight level 120 is the that's the constraint I was looking at, and we actually got cleared for that and ready to descend. It's just I didn't pay attention. That's the thing. When Brian is doing the comms, you still have to listen and see what's going on. But it's okay. We're gonna be. He's gonna put us on that constraint anyway.
Scandinavian 823. Contact Sweden Control on 118.28.
Contacting Sweden Control on 118.28. Scandinavian 823. Sweden Control, Scandinavian 823, morning, descending through flight level 180 to reach flight level 120.
Scandinavian 823. Sweden Control identified. Good morning. Scandinavian 823. Sweden Control. Contact Stockholm approach on 120.155.
Switching to Stockholm approach on 120.155, Scandinavian 823.
All right, good work there by Brian, handling our communications.
Stockholm approach, Scandinavian 823, morning, descending through flight level 160 down to flight level 120.
Scandinavian 823. Stockholm approach identified. Good morning. Expect the ILS runway 26 approach into Arlanda.
Expecting the ILS runway 26 approach into Arlanda, Scandinavian 823.
Go around B-line 171 heavy. Climb altitude 2,000 feet, turn left heading 180, B-line 171 heavy.
B-line 171. Contact Arlanda Tower on 128.73.
Let's see if we get the call here for the next descent. I set this to 12,000 because that's what we were clear at. Now we're tracking into the TB. Stockholm approach, we're requesting continued descent. Please advise Scandinavian 823.
Scandinavian 823. Descend flight level 120.
Okay, that's where we are.
Descending flight level 120, Scandinavian 823.
Gonna do this little quirk here.
Scandinavian 45 Lima, request further descent.
Scandinavian 45 Lima, say requested altitude.
Descend flight level 080 and QNH 1008, Scandinavian 45 Lima.
Scandinavian 823. Descend altitude 3500, turn right, heading 310 vectors for the ILS runway 26 approach, QNH 1019. Scandinavian 823, 17 miles from Ekdas, turn right, heading 295, descend altitude 2500 until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway 26 approach.
Okay, head right 295.
Descend altitude 3,500, right heading 310 for vectors ILS runway 26 approach. QNH 1019er, Scandinavian 823. Right heading 295, descend 2,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 26 approach. Scandinavian 823.
So we need to hurry up now. I would like to do direct ECDAS. Stockholm approach requesting direct ECDAS.
Scandinavian 823. Clear direct to Petard.
Requesting direct ECDAS.
Scandinavian 823. Clear direct ECDAS.
Okay, there we are.
Clear direct ECDAS, Scandinavian 823.
And he's not descending, why? Oh, we're in a hurry now. We're too fast.
Scandinavian 823. Contact Arlanda Tower on 128.73.
Yeah, I need to do a little loop here in
Switching
order
to
to get
Arlanda
down.
Tower on 128.73. Scandinavian 823.
I need to do a little loop here to get down
We're
to
established on the ILS approach for runway 26.
the right
Scandinavian
altitude.
823, Arlanda Tower. Roger. Continue approach for runway 26.
Yeah. So right
Captain, cabin is ready.
Yeah, so right now we need, I need to
Ladies and
take
gentlemen, we are now on our
action
final
here
approach into
and
Stockholm. Please
basically
turn
do a
off
little
all
loop
electronic
here
devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate.
so we can get
Ensure
into
your tray
ECDAS
tables are
again.
away. Your seats are in the full
At the
economy
right
section.
altitude.
Seatbelts fastened. Once we land, our Scandinavian airline staff will provide you with information regarding your connection flights on the ground. Thank you for your cooperation.
Scandinavian 020, contact departure.
So we're going really fast here, so we need to slow down here once we get a little bit closer. There we are. So Stockholm approach, we needed to do a circle here to get down to our altitude. So please give us vectors back to ECDAS.
Scandinavian 823, fly heading 170 to intercept the approach path back to ECDAS.
Yeah, we're going to turn around. Crazy flying here, but it's fun. Okay, I can do direct ECTAS now.
Iberia 22 Papa Romeo, confirming you are at flight level 050. Continue descent to flight level 200, report when level. We're at flight level 050, Iberia 22 Papa Romeo. Iberia 22 Papa Romeo, welcome to Orlando. Contact ground on 121.908. On 121.908, Iberia 22 Papa Romeo.
So we can get back to where we need to be. Pulling down the speed. Let one flap down. And let's set approach. That got a little bit messy. Should do down to 160 here actually. As we come down to FF26. Should be right. Let's give him another flap and let's take down the gear. Little early for that, but be prepared. Did manage speed. And full flaps. Again, a little early for that, but we're gonna turn in towards the airport in just a moment. I didn't put this seat belts on. Darn it. Okay, we should start our turn. Should engage the localizer. There it is. Prepare the cabin for landing.
Okay, Captain. Cabin crew, take seats for landing.
Scandinavian 823, winds 235 at Niner. Runway 26 cleared to land. Runway 26 cleared to land. Scandinavian 823.
Great. finally. Had to take a little tour there, but it's always nice when you feel that you kind of manage this little thing that happened to quickly slap in heading mode and manage the vectors around and getting down to speed and altitude where you're supposed to be. So that's really nice. And if we need to go around, comes letterhead 1500. Okay. Hopefully we won't need that. But in this case, I can actually set 1500. Because now the glide slope is pulling us down. So it doesn't matter what I set here. So this is 1500 if we need to go around. At some point here, I'm going to disconnect the autopilot and fly in myself. A little bit hard to see. Oh, there we are. Looks like we have quite a bit of wind here right now. A 1,000 feet, I'm going to disconnect the autopilot. Okay, 1,000 feet, disconnect the autopilot. Getting a little bit off center. A little high. A little stutter there. Still high.
Above. Minimum.
Proceed. A little high.
$50, $40, $30, $20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
That's okay.
Scandinavian 823, welcome to Arlanda. Contact ground on 121.9 H.
All right.
Contacting ground on 121.9 Scandinavian 823. Arlanda ground, Scandinavian 823, morning. We're clear of runway 26 and ready to taxi to the gate.
A little early to call that.
Scandinavian 823, Arlanda ground, taxi to F39RL via X-ray 3 Zulu, Foxtrot Alpha. Have a good day.
39er left via X-ray 3 Zulu, Foxtrot Alpha. Scandinavian 823.
All right, there we are off.
Well, folks, we just landed in Stockholm, and what a landing it was. Captain Krister really nailed an excellent job, eh? Now, as we taxi to the gate, I just want to share a fun fact. Did you know Stockholm is built on 14 islands? Yeah, it is pretty unique. The weather here is a crisp 4 degrees Celsius, clear skies, no precipitation, so perfect for exploring. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position.
Okay,
On
let's
behalf
clean
of
up
Captain
here.
Krister, First Officer Brian, and the entire crew, including my awesome teammates, Sarah, Mike, and Jessica, we thank you for flying with Scandinavian Airlines today. We hope you have a fantastic time in Stockholm and a happy new year 2025.
Okay, let's see where we're going. Zoom in a little bit. All right, let's orient ourselves. X-ray 3, and then so we go down here to Zulu, Foxtrot Alpha, F39. That is down here. Okay, this one. F39 left, down there. Okay, easy. About 50 minutes of flying. Beautiful day here. X-ray 3. And Zulu. Whoop. Trying to see where we are. Okay, that's 3638. All right, we're a little bit off there. Gonna go on the other side. Yeah, there on the other side of the building. Prepare for gate arrival.
Okay, Captain, preparing for gate arrival. Dear passengers, we are now preparing for our arrival at the gate. Please remain seated until we come to a complete stop. Thank you for flying with Scandinavian Airlines today.
You see this, I really love this interaction with the cabin crew. I think it's really cool. Make sure we get on the line. Are we on the line? I think we are almost. A little deer, a little to the left. 4 meters, 3 meters, 2 meters, and stop. Okay. Parking brake on. sure we have CPU on. All right, there we have it. Thank you so much for joining me on this flight. Yeah, really great. And I hope you enjoyed the SayIntentions. If you want to try it out, there is a link in the description. So hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.